What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you can see, things have kind of changed a little bit. Got rid of the Z01 and I picked up this thing, whatever it is. No, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a Z06. However, this baby, I picked her up stock back in November and did a lot of things to it. Also, Celsius, if you want to give me a shout or be a sponsor of mine, by all means. But for now, unfortunately, I have to throw you out. However, let's get back to this. Here's that luxurious 427 in all of her glory. Now, as you can tell, it is nowhere near stock. This car is, I would say, just about fully built almost. Everything is done to it besides, well, the lower end, of course. We'll start off here. Got a Haltech 108. Also got a Nick Williams 103. Also got a Iron Mask BTR Trinity. Shout out to them. They did a freaking awesome job on this. Also got the fuel rails as well because, I mean, I'm gonna need those. Also, not the stock valve covers anymore. Those are aftermarket. I forget which one the shop got me specifically, but shout out to Larkin, by the way, because they also did amazing. I'll try and somehow tag them somewhere in the video. But Larkin Motorsports did all this and honestly freaking blew me away. Now, here, get to the other side for my heads camp package. If you guys can see, it is Mammo Motorsports. So these are not stock OEM heads at all. Do not, I freaking beg any Z06 owner, do not stay on stock heads. I will die on this hill. Some people get away with it. Some people, unfortunately, don't get away with it. The stock heads have a very, very bad issue of dropping a valve. Now, I know not every single one of them does it, but a pretty good amount of them do it. So, of course, just took care of it immediately. Got Mammo's stage 2 heads and also cam as well. Cam size 241, 255. And honestly, this thing's freaking awesome. And also brand new heads as well, or headers rather, brand new headers. But the main part that all of you probably want to see, which is, how's this thing drive? Honestly, the drivability, even though I was being told was going to be a whole lot different and honestly kind of rambunctious, it's really not that bad. Don't mind now, your little I gotta get rid of that thing and get a new one. There we go. Only got 22,400 miles on it. God, I don't know if you guys can see the freaking thing literally shaking at idle. I love it. Ooh, hello. Nah, he doesn't give a shit. You know what? I don't blame him. I wouldn't give a shit either. Psh, Corvette kids. Psh. All right, now let's go on a low drive, shall we? Here. Shout to that guy. I see him all the time. Is that what I think it is? Oh my God, that's an RS7. Now, for those of you who don't know, I used to have Audis. That's the only thing about this cam. It is really aggressive at low idle. You have to be over 1500 for it to actually like be steady-ish. But now for power on the car with the build, it is only set at 630 wheel horsepower right now for the tune. Now I know, I say only. Reason why I say only is because the fuel pump was unfortunately getting maxed out. It is old. This, you guys have to remember, this is a 20-year-old car, which is crazy to say that a 20-year-old car still is able to make that kind of power. Though, mind you, again, this was bone stock when I bought this car, so all it took was a freaking 20-something-year-old to get their hands on it and completely built the thing. This guy's cooking. But anyways, fuel pump, they were saying at about 6,500 RPMs was just dying off. It was at like 20% lower than what it should have been. Needed more fuel, so they added some, either added or took away some timing. Please don't mind me. I'm not really able to explain it all that well. I'm not a freaking rocket scientist when it comes to tuning. But yeah, new fuel pump is coming in tomorrow. Getting a Walbro 450. So that'll do just fine. Also, shout out to Keith. He's installing it. You guys will see him in some videos. Dude's a freaking awesome guy. He's got a Pro Charge C6 Grand Sport, and honestly, I freaking love his car. After the new fuel pump is in, we'll be going ahead and getting this baby retuned, and hopefully she'll make more. That'd be nice. I got like 650 plus wheel horsepower in this thing on pump gas too, mind you. That is freaking ridiculous. And I know people are like, oh, it's only 650 wheel horsepower. Well, mind you, this car weighs like 3,000 pounds flat. And weight to power ratio in this thing is ridiculous. 650, you make a lot of people look stupid. And that's including supercar owners too. Don't think you guys are subject to being exempt either. You guys will be, you know, also victimized as well. So don't sleep on this car. Go and get this pig some fuel. Too bad over there right now. Now the biggest transition change for me honestly is definitely how torquey this car is compared to the ZL1, which is weird to say. I haven't really stomped on it all that much, only because I don't want it running lean after 6,500 RPMs, and also the tires freaking suck on this car right now. So sorry to say, guys, not gonna do anything right now. That'll be for a further upload. I am getting new tires. I have fronts coming in already. I am gonna have a drag pack in the back in not too long of time, so don't you worry. Don't get yourself all tied up in a knot, all right? But once everything's all said and done, don't you worry. All right, we're back. Got some gas. Threw a couple fucks in. So I don't want to overfill this before my buddy takes care of the fuel pump. People are probably looking at me all funny right now because I got this fucking thing on my head. Overall, the tuning on the car, they did a really good job on this. For what they were able to do before the new pump goes in, I mean, I got no complaints, honestly. And like, I genuinely believe it's not going to top out at 630, only because like the Trinity really like makes good power up top. And that's why I got it, because it's staying NA. And if you wanted to boost it, you could, but I don't recommend it on this car. Hello, brother. Though, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I wouldn't recommend boosting this car solely because the cylinder walls, to what I know of, are too thin. And it can't handle all that much boost. And it's a high compression engine. You know, you can do it, you can get away with it. I wouldn't recommend it to, you know, the average Joe or someone. It's risky, and honestly, with the power you can make on these, even with just a heads cam package, a heads cam package will easily get you around 600 wheel horsepower, depending on who does it. RPM on the average will bust out a 600 wheel horsepower C6Z, no problem, with their RPM V3 cam and the Frankenstein heads. Even though I'm personally not a big fan of Frankenstein heads, but that's just my personal taste. Don't let my personal tastes influence any of your guys' taste, honestly. Do what you want to your car, it's your money, please do what you want. Ooh. nasty little pops. I gotta be careful on some of the downshifts only because this car does spit some flames. Found that out the first day I got the freaking car back from the shop. It's at my buddy's house, and you know, show him the car a little bit. I'll drop the clip too so you guys can see it. Yeah. But that was not my bingo cards for the end result with this car. And it just makes me wonder, like, what is it gonna look like when the thing's actually done? And I can do whatever I want with the car at that point. Like, what's it gonna do? Is it actually gonna spit a flame in the middle of like a shift or something? Which would be sick. This black C5 behind me looks freaking awesome. I mean, I'm kind of jealous because he has a target top, I don't. Another word of advice, if you're gonna freaking build your car, make sure you get a freaking drag pack, please. For God's sakes, I love seeing all my brothers and sisters in their well-built cars, enjoying them, you know, doing their thing, having some fun with it, of course. But just to be safe, like, please, 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 take the proper precautions. That's all I ask. Oh, you guys, what are you doing? Freaking blocking goddamn crossway. And also, where the hell's your gas cap, bro? Now, a question I might get from some people, in which I will answer gladly. With the range of affordability that I have, some may ask, well, why didn't you get a ZR1, or why didn't you get a C7 Z06, or even a 6th Gen ZL1? Honestly, I love my ZL1. I really did. That thing was awesome. Though I knew I wanted more. So I was at the point where I'm on a teetering line of, do I port the blower, get a lower pulley, get a smaller upper pulley, and get some flex fuel and start crossing that bridge of no return? Because then I'm just going to start getting rid of some weight. Because that was my biggest complaint of the car, was how freaking heavy it was. Even though it was great, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, please. You know, freaking, if I could keep the ZL1 and have this at the same time, genuinely I would. Without even a freaking second to hesitate, I would have kept it. Though, I just didn't want a 6th Gen because camming the LT4s and just the LT platform in general is a freaking nightmare. You gotta drop the engine, you gotta drop the oil pan. Like, it's already a lot camming this car, and I know some people may say, well, it's kind of contradictory because you just cammed 2 cars in 2 years. I know, yes, you're right, it is a lot of money. And I dropped a lot in this car too. And I'll make another video going over like the cost of building this car by itself too. Freaking new clutch. Still breaking in. I don't know what's causing the fart sound, but I'll figure that out at some point. Now the LT4 though is a freaking awesome platform. That car and that platform on its own, you can make a stupid amount of power with just regular bolt-ons. You could throw some E at it, get some headers, get an intake, upper pulley. You'll probably make north of 700 wheel. I'm not even kidding you. But now, to answer why I didn't get a ZR1, well, they're all still 100 grand. Pretty much. There's still some that you can get for lower. But, no, I don't have that kind of affordability yet. At some point, but if I were to do that, I would be heartbroken to get rid of this car. I really would be. The last thing I want to do is get rid of this car. And like, even if something happens to it, genuinely, no, I wouldn't get rid of it. I'd probably put an LS3 engine in it and boost it. And I chose this car because 1, the weight to power ratio, 2, the gearing. The gearing in this thing is freaking awesome. I can literally start at a 60 roll, probably like the top of first into second, which is also just, it's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, that was the video. I'm just gonna grab some lunch real quick, and hopefully you all enjoyed the ride along. See you next time.